Well, all right. Good day to you, people of the world. I'm making another video. Haven't made some videos in a few months. I just think I need to talk this out. I have a lot on my mind, a lot of good things, and a lot of fear. I'm being encroached on by fear. It comes from somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I don't know how it works, but I'm struggling. Other than those positive things, I am struggling. I need to find another place to live. The place I live is only temporary. They want us to find another house after this interfaith shelter. Interfaith house, they call it Hill House. No rent, you don't have to pay anything. But they do expect you, by the time your court case is done, to have another place to live or to be prepared to go to the shelter and to have a job also. I don't want to work. I can't explain this laziness I feel. It's awful. All I do is smoke. When I wake up early, I go on the patio and I'll smoke until sunset. I'll go from sunrise to sunset smoking tobacco. It's not a good thing. I'm really hooked. I don't know how to quit. These medications drain me. This mental health treatment is going decently. It's not too busy. I appreciate the lack of intervention that they're currently causing, the lack thereof. I'm not going to therapy. I have a very seldom, once in a while, meeting with my psychiatrist. He says I don't have to do blood tests if I don't want to. I don't like giving blood. It makes me feel weak. So, really, it's just medication at this point. And I'm pretty stable. And I can talk to my psychiatrist at any point in the next couple of years about stopping taking medication or transitioning to herbal remedies to cure my emotional imbalances. But these drugs are heavy on my body. So I go out onto the porch and I smoke my tobacco and I just feel lethargia. I feel so tired all the time. And that is due to the tobacco also, other than the medication being hard on my circulatory system. It's not good for my heart. My heart has to work a little harder to circulate the blood. Right now I'm just pacing in the backyard. See? It's a nice space. This room is mine. This room is another two gentlemen's in the living room. This room is mine. I share it with a guy here. He's an alright guy. I don't really have problems with any of the people here, which is good. Right now I'm in a relationship with Dina. Dina is my love. She's my best friend. And I'm having doubt. I just cannot get on agreeable terms with my mom whenever I bring up our relationship. So I'm thinking, for my mom's sake, maybe I should end the relationship with my partner, Dina. I mean, if my mom is so resistant to me being with an older woman, maybe I shouldn't be with an older woman. She's 22 years older than me. And I just can't get around a lot of perversions about sexuality with her. She turns me on and she turns me off. We talk openly about everything. There's this lack of prowess, that being indirectness, which makes sexuality enticing. So there is this level of lack of appealingness, lack of appeal to me. And it makes her less attractive to me. And that would hurt her so badly, but I've already said those words in the years past. She's heard those words from me. You're ugly, or you're unattractive, or you don't turn me on. So it's nothing new for her, but I don't want to reopen those wounds. But I have to be forthright. I'm making this video for my well-being, not hers, not anybody else's. This video is purely for me. I can listen back to the words I said, or I can post them on YouTube or Facebook, or delete it for all that matter. You know, I can do anything with this video. I don't know what else to do with it. I used to post videos on Facebook. I was going through a real hard time a couple years ago, maybe 5 years ago, not just a couple. Living in a sobriety house, sober living house. They called it sober living environment, but it was a sober living house, basically the same thing. And I said prayer in a lot of my videos. That's something nice to revisit in hindsight. I would say prayer for people, just off the top of the head. This feels really good. I mean, if I had somebody to hear me, I don't know exactly what I would say, but this is a good practice of flowing and being comfortable with myself. It's a really good feeling. I don't know how much longer this video will be. Maybe 10 minutes in total. Maybe 15, maybe 7, you know? Maybe I'll end it in 30 seconds. But I just want to get it all out. I have some controversial things to talk about. I mean, I'm really ashamed, but I can say it. I'm glad there's nobody around me right now. Is that sometimes I use pornography, porn, and it feels really healthy. I can have a good self-esteem at the same time that naturally people would think you feel like a loser. I don't. I feel a good release and a lot of understanding for myself that I need that pent-up frustration to be released and to be in the game still, out in society, appreciating beautiful women if they pass by, not being afraid to initiate a relationship or get a girlfriend. But right now, what's happening is I have Dina in my life, and it's been 10 years strong. A couple years on and off were really shaky with her, but long distance, almost 10 years, and I'm not getting girls' phone numbers. I'm not in the game. So this takes me to a place of feeling a lot of unhealthiness in using it. Is it is dishonest, it is unloyal to her. It is confusing to me. It's introducing new faces where that feeling doesn't belong. Her face should be there. But I'm just struggling because we're long distance right now. She's in Beit Jala, Palestine, near Jerusalem. And I am in California. And we can't share that intimacy, that romantic flair of love. We don't have that with each other right now. So I have an outlet, and I talked to her openly about it. I talked to her a few nights ago, and we just talked all about it. Pornography. What is it? You know, what do we think about it? What are our opinions? How do we feel about it? What should happen? What should we aim for? What are our goals long term? What are our goals short term? How should we go about the mistake of being addicted to it? It's truly a mistake. It's not a healthy thing, so we wish we could take back what we do. Well, I'm here to say I am relapsing with it, and I'm struggling. I am struggling. Not with an addiction other than tobacco. I'm struggling to remain faithful to Dina, to not let my mind to drift to other women. I'm struggling with that. I don't know if I can be her king. I don't know if I can quit tobacco. Tobacco is the biggest obstacle between her and I. She does her yoga, she does her Pilates, she does her weight training, she's studying at the music academy there in Beit Jala. She studied Aikido for almost 20 years, and she's got certificates of self-defense courses to be a teacher. She's very achieved in herself and her own being. And that's good, but she does not tolerate smoking. She doesn't want me to smoke. She says she can't stand the smell of it. And between her and smoking, I choose her. But I just don't know the initial steps to take to go about quitting. I know there's a gym down the street. I know today, I think my mother and I are going over to her friend Christian's garage to pick up a bike for me. He found a bike for me, her friend. And I know I can get started in strengthening my back and my core again. I'll be back to doing push-ups. Eventually, I'll be lifting weights again. I threw out my back last month, and that was really hard. I went straight to lifting some heavy weights in the garage here, and I couldn't get out of bed. I hurt my back. I went straight to what I was lifting before in that area of heavy weights, 35s, and doing some shoulder presses above my head, but I didn't have good form. My back was shaking, so I slouched a little bit, and although it felt good and I felt pumped and I went for it, I threw my back out. Anyway, I don't think that what I mentioned, the pornography, is really an obstacle between Dina and I. I love her a lot. I love her with all my heart, all my spirit, all my soul. She's got that love from me. So I don't think that's really a hindrance. But I think this tobacco is really damaging me. It's crippling me. It's making me incapable of dealing with everyday stressors. When I get upset with my mom, I want to smoke a cigarette. When I'm with my sister and things feel boring and slow moving, I want to smoke a cigarette. When I'm talking to Dina and I'm missing her, I sit on the porch and I smoke cigarettes. There has to be more. I think I'm really craving a social life. That came to mind. This is coming to mind. I wish to be around people again. But sadly, my socializing was dependent on using substances in the past. Smoking a spliff, opening a beer, taking some shots or whatever, if that was what was happening that night. And just riding the wave of drunken stupor, which is an enjoyable time that you can't really remember too well. The next day, you know you had a good time and it was all fun in the present moment, but those stories just remain special to you. But I feel like I've outgrown that. So, I just got a message on my phone. I'm running out of memory. 3 gigs left. So, I'll do something with this video. I'll watch it back. I'll listen to my words. I'll meditate on it. Maybe I just need this release and just to not listen to it again. Anyways, I'll find my place in society again. I'll find my way back to my friends, Estella, Lance, and Javier, and Adam and Ben, the tribe. Adam and Ben I'm not the closest to, but Lance, Estella, and Javier, I have to acknowledge that also. They may not be what I am to them, or I may not be to Adam and Ben what they are to me, but I hold them really close to my heart still. I feel like we have a destiny that's unlived still together, something in the future. But I'll find my way back to my people, and I'll just keep talking about things. I don't know. I'll put this video on YouTube, and I'll share my YouTube channel on Facebook. I have no shame about these things. I think these are things that everybody can relate to, everybody's had experience with, and the most embarrassing topic of this monologue is pornography, but I can say it without shame because, I see it for what it is. And this is modern times here on Earth, and we have that technology to go to that place and use that and use the internet as we do. And if you can get over that shame, which I'm hoping to, then, which I am ultimately over, I'm not ashamed, then life progresses. And that's a good thing. What else can I say? That's a good thing. So, all the best. God bless. And love and light. Peace.